Hey everybody, this is Todd Hitty with Head First Performance. And I finally got a few minutes, so I thought I'd put together a video from the last couple races of the Shelbyville Triathlon Series. We'll talk about that a little bit and some things we've got coming up in the near future. First of all, I'd like to congratulate Desiree Linden, who was the female winner of the 2018 Boston Marathon. That's the first American woman to do so since 1985. So congratulations to her. Then let's talk a little bit about the Triathlon Series. First off, I'd like to thank VO2 Multisport, the sponsor of the series. We couldn't do it without those guys. And also Shelby County Parks for letting us put them on there. I haven't really posted anything as far as a video of anything about the second triathlon in the series. So this is a combination video of both race number 2 and race number 3 in no specific order. There'll be a mismatch of photos and videos from both of those races. Triathlon number 2, which took place in March, was of course a reverse order race as it normally is. And the winner of race number 2 for the women was Lindsay Westerfield, and for the men, Joe Polish. It was a good race. It was kind of cold, but everything went really well. Race number 3. The winners were, for the women, Cassandra Adkins, and for the men, Craig Colvert. As is not usual, race number 3 was also in reverse order because the weather was extremely cold. Everything seemed to be quite backwards this year. Normally, the first race in February is the coldest, and they get warmer as we go. And just the opposite happened this year. February was actually the warmest of the 3 races. So that was kind of a factor in the last one. But everybody seemed to enjoy it. There was no problems. And the turnout was really good for the weather conditions. And then, of course, we do a overall series winner for that series of races. And the series winners were for women, Jessica Daniel, and for the men, Michael Bosich. Congratulations to those guys. They came out for all 3 and did a great job in all of them. Probably to me, the best thing about the entire series was we had a big turnout of new triathletes this year. Been doing this for quite a while, and so it's always nice to see the new people out so we can watch them improve and reach their goals as they move on up in the triathlon world. Wanted to talk a little bit about some races we've got coming up in the near future. This weekend is the Heart and Soul Triathlon in Versailles. If you've not done this race before, if you're a triathlete, it's a great race. It is a pool swim, 400 meters, I believe, 400 yards rather. The bike is 13 miles, and this is probably, as far as the ones I've been on, the most beautiful bike course of any of the triathlons around. Goes next to all the horse farms in Woodford County and the surrounding areas, and it's just a great ride. The run, it's a 5K cross country. It's a great run. If you've not done this race, I would highly suggest you come out and do this. You can check it out on, we have a link on Head First Performance, or you can go to the Woodford County Parks and Rec website. And I think it might be too late to sign up by the time I get this video posted, but you can always sign up on race day. It is a seated swim, so depending on when you get there, if there'll be any seated positions or if you're a slower swimmer and have to start in the back, shouldn't be a problem for you at all. The next race after that, triathlon-wise, is TriFest, which is May the 19th on a Saturday. And TriFest, for those not familiar with it, there is a sprint, which is a 750-meter swim with a 20K bike and a 5K run. There's also an Olympic distance race, which is 1,500-meter swim, 40K bike, 10K run. And along with that Olympic distance is an aqua bike, which is just the biking or swimming first and then the biking portion. So if you've had some problems with your knees or any other injury issues that prevent you from running but you still want to compete, the aqua bike's a great option for you. It's also a relay option in the Olympic distance. And these races do not run together. So we run the sprint, and then a couple hours later we do the Olympic. So you can compete in both races. Tri-Fest takes place at Taylorsville Lake State Park. The swim will take place from the Possum Ridge boat ramp in the park. There's also camping available if anybody is interested in coming out and spending the weekend. We'll be around all weekend. The big draw for a lot of people is Cynthia will be there, and she will have the grill cooking. I'm not sure what is on the menu for this year, but she always has something great prepared. Anything from lettuce wraps to just about anything she can think of and in the mood to make. So that's always a good draw for the race. The next race I'd like to talk about after that one is the Otter Night Trail Run. And for all you trail runners and ultra runners out there, this is a great run. It's competitive if you want it to be competitive, but it's also a great training run. If you're new into the sport and you've never done any night running and you've got a big race later in the year, say you're going to do your first 100-miler, it's a good opportunity to come out and work with your flashlights, your headlights, seeing how you operate in the dark. If you've never ran with a pacer, but you're going to run a race with a pacer, we don't mind if you come out and bring your pacer. You all can run together and work out some details, your communication issues, and what might be able to be done to make things better for you. The race is at Otter Creek Outdoor Recreation Center. It's on the Otter Creek Trail Loop, which is a little over 8 miles, so you can take a choice of 1, 2, 3, or 4 loops. Total of the 4 loops, time you do the little extra to get in and out to the finish line, it's going to be about 35 miles. So it's a great run. It's a good opportunity for you to try out new things. We all camp that weekend, which is a great time. It's usually a few adult beverages involved. So if you enjoy that kind of thing, it's a good opportunity. There's a lot of socialization going on. A lot of times, if you run the 8-mile or the 16-miler, there's always a big bonfire. We're all sitting around, telling stories, drinking beer. It's a great time. So we hope to see you there. You can check that out on headfirstperformance.com. If you've never been to Otter Creek Park, even if you can't make the race, I would suggest you get out and give it a look. There's some great trails out there. There's fishing opportunities. The park is, the recreation area rather, is operated by Kentucky Department of Fish and Wildlife, which also does all the wildlife management areas in the state. For you guys that don't realize it, everything that Fish and Wildlife does is not supported by your taxes. There are all user fees involved, so hunting license, fishing license, boat launch fees, those type things are what gives those opportunities for us to have these trails and everything. So if you're interested, go out, support the park, show them some love, help them out a little bit. While I'm on that subject, let me mention the event that the Fish and Wildlife has going on June the 2nd. That night is their annual bourbon sampler at Salado Wildlife Center. That is a great event also. All the local distilleries are around. They've got samples of their product. There's barbecue. There's a silent auction. You'll meet some neat people. They'll have a lot of the animals out, so you can check those guys out. It's a wonderful event. Gives you a chance to wear something a little bit different than your running shorts or tri shorts. Kind of different to see everybody in actual clothing. So if you're interested in that, take a look at Kentucky Department of Fish and Wildlife's website, and you can purchase tickets for that event. And as far as I know, that's about all I can think of to ramble on about today. So I will shut up and let you enjoy the rest of this video.